One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to venerable Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, home of the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Kansas State Wildcats, taking on a team from the ACC, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Kansas State ready to kick it off to get things underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He gets a block. Oh, what vision. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. The gun to give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Kane. Quickly out to the tight end. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Now on the option. Got the first down and more. Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the change for this offense.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Snagged in the middle, it's Haynes. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Leaves it with the back. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
And the Yellow Jackets will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Drop play, quarterback keeps it. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? The secondary walks up on the line, showing intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Well, we knew coming into this one, this was an offense that wanted to come out, sling it around, but the timing is going to have to be a whole lot better. This defense has athletes who can close on the ball and make plays, and you saw it right there in that interception to open this game.
The Wildcats backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Paging George D. Burdell. Paging George D. Burdell.
And the Wildcats buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on first down. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for room. It's Edwards. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes in it.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Johnson looking to throw. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a first down at the 23.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
And the Wildcats have it with a 1st and 10. Sticks it in his belly. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. Gives it on the option. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. Off play action. He's going to fire deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Kansas State will have to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield. And now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
Their own end zone nipping at their heels as they start this drive from their own 2. Looking for space. It's Haynes. Couldn't find any way to get out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety. And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20.
And that's exactly what you call complementary football. The punter doing a great job downing the opponent inside their own 5-yard line. Then the defense takes the field and they get the safety. You've got to love that if you're the head coach.
Offense working from the pistol. He leaves it with the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Rides the back on the option to give. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. And a short gain on this run, and that'll bring us to the end of the first.
That's the end of the first quarter. Kansas State 2, Georgia Tech 0.
First play of the period will be a 2nd down. On the direct snap, it's Edwards. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
That play had 0 shot. They got to do a better job up front, create some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, get tackled, nowhere to go.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Johnson wants to throw it. Here's the pressure. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
No good. Still leading by 2 after the miss.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires left. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Nice throw, nice catch, great completion on that out route. Sometimes those quarterbacks, when they see that early, they can make that jump and get that pick 6. So those are dangerous routes to throw, but it worked for him there.
Fires to the tight end. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Grabbed over the middle. It's Patterson. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Great job by the defense in the back end that time. He made the catch, and he had a little wiggle room to run afterwards, but they were able to get to him, rip the football out, and that is a massive takeaway for the defense.
First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Trying to burn this defensive back. Hauls in the deep ball. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
What a throw on 1st down on the first play of the drive. And I think sometimes quarterbacks are given an alert on a specific play. And what that means is maybe the ball was supposed to go to somebody else. But in pre-snap, if the quarterback sees a matchup he likes, he's given the green light to take the shot. And I think that's exactly what happened on that play.
Motion from the wide receiver. Calls his own number. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody open downfield, and he just decided to take off.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Johnson looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field. And that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Motion from the wideout. To the air on 2nd down. The screen, and watch out. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I love defenses that can tackle the catch. Right away, they're not giving up any yak. As soon as that player has the ball, he goes down now.
Facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Hauls it in. They are on the move as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
They'll move the wide receiver. Now on the move. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Johnson wants to throw it. Catch in the middle, it's Oakley.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Now they missed a field goal on the last drive, but you need to get points here, so they need to pick up some yardage to at least get in range for their kicker. Leaves it with the back. Spins away from the defense. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative, and that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wide receiver going in motion. Quick release on the RPO. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. On first and goal, let's see what Kansas State calls. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Kansas State.
You know, there are so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. And now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Fair catch, called for and made. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's King. Oh, they're after him. He's going to take off. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment.
Really nowhere for the quarterback to go that time. I like the idea of letting him try to run with it, but no opportunity to get up the field, so he just kept trying to use his speed going sideways. Defense took everything away, and a good decision by him to save a hit and just get out of bounds.
So now it's second and long. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Catch in the middle. It's Haynes. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a first down here late in the half. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Wants to throw on first down. Going for it all. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. These corners backing off a bit. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. And they're able to get him down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he is sacked as the defense adds a little emphasis to wrap up this first half. That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime.
Kansas State 9, Georgia Tech 0.
The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. The returner will field it and bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
Will take over 1st and 10.
They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. They keep it on the ground to open the third. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Johnson looking to throw. He unleashes a long one. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the first half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot and not able to come away with the completion.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll take another shot here. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. Wants to bring it back. Hits him with a stiff arm. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Going right to work up top. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Dropping back, it's King. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Yeah, and you could tell he was trying to run with that football before he caught it. That slant route, you stick your foot in the ground, cut towards the QB. Those are one of those plays where he puts it on the money and you just try to make yards after the catch, but keyword being after the catch.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Looking for a huge play. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
Yeah, just playing the field position game. Nice job angling it toward the sideline so it doesn't go into the end zone. That thing rolls down inside the 10. Really nice punt. Yes, I said something positive about a punt.
On the ground, it's Jackson. Rumbles ahead for 6 and all the way out to the 16.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
The Wildcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll run the option. And he never had a chance to get the pitch off on the option as he's tackled in the backfield.
I just love the individual one-on-one effort by the defense there. Offense trying to go option, QB keeps it, but just too many defenders winning their one-on-one battles, defeating blocks, and getting the tackle for loss.
It'll be 3rd and long. Johnson wants to throw it. Fires to the wideout. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Kansas State will have to punt it away. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Looking for room, it's Hayes. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Got stuffed on 1st down, it's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Patterson. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Off the play fake on 1st down. Time to take a shot. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
To the air, it's King. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Caught over the middle. It's Hayes. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. They'd hoped to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
This would have been a massive field goal try from 55 yards out. Instead, they'll go for it and try to convert on 4th down. He's got it. 1st down and more. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Oh, and he finds his slot receiver on that fourth down throw. And I'll tell you, this guy is not the biggest receiver in college football, but he does such a good job working the middle of the field. He's just able to get open and read coverage. Every quarterback loves having a slot receiver like that.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whatever the defense gives you the option, they're trying to make you wrong. The problem is, defensively, you got so much to cover. Nice chunk gain. Just remember, that quarterback can also stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, and make plays too.
Throwing right, and it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Makes the grab on third. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
They'll go right back to him. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
They had a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, second down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
The Yellow Jackets have it in scoring position on first and goal. To the air, it's King. The screen, he can go, and he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech!
And the defense has to be able to do a better job on the back end, tackling this receiver and keeping him out of the end zone.
And with the extra point, they're now down 9-7. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Breaks the tackle. Turning it on. Gets it past the marker. There he goes. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another playoff here in the third. They go back to work in the final period of this one. The toss to the right. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
The Wildcats now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Johnson looking to throw. Fires to the right. Pulls it in. Makes a grab at the 6-yard line. It's 1st and goal. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. Looking for the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats! Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 9 here in the 4th. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Starts the drive trying to go up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Stockton. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. And the Yellow Jackets racing to the line in the hurry up. Back to pass. It's Kane. Here's a heat. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Shotgun snap. Wants to throw it on 3rd. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
He'll pull it down. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. The Yellow Jackets have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Wants to go up top. Caught close to the marker. It's Haynes. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And the Yellow Jackets look to keep this drive humming. Looking to throw on 1st down. Get it out to the supersonic guy. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen and pick up that 1st down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Got a little space. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. They use those back-to-back explosives to set them up 1st and goal. Timeout called by the defense. It's their 1st of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. The Yellow Jackets are threatening on 1st and goal.
Agent George E. Burnett.
They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. He's going to lose a yard on that one. They desperately need to get the score here on 3rd and goal to have any kind of wild chance. To the air, it's King. Unleashes to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Right down the boulevard. It's good. It's now a one-possession game, 16-10.
And with that kick, man, we got a one-possession game. Here's the good thing. Good news is you got all 3 timeouts. So you can kick this football deep, use your timeouts, save as much time as you can to give your offense a chance to go win this football game.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere. He's knocked down behind the line. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Motion from the wide receiver. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Gets it to him on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll immediately call timeout. Now facing a 3rd and long. Johnson wants to throw it. Here comes the heat. Makes a grab down the middle. Racing down the left side. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
And man, it has got to be so rewarding as an offensive coordinator when your play call perfectly counters the defense's call. And that's exactly what we saw there. That play targeted the coverage's biggest weak spot, and it led to a wide-open receiver.
This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. It came down to the final quarter, clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.